The Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol, commonly known as TCP/IP, is the bedrock of the Internet. It's a set of rules that dictate how data travels across networks. This model breaks down the process of network communication into 4 distinct layers. Each layer has its own set of responsibilities, and they work together to ensure that data is transmitted reliably and securely. The TCP/IP model was developed in the 1970s by the US Department of Defense. Initially, it was used for the ARPANET, the precursor to the Internet. Today, TCP/IP is the standard protocol suite for all Internet communication, making it essential knowledge for anyone working with networks. The TCP/IP model is constantly evolving. New protocols and technologies are being developed all the time, so it's important to stay up to date on the latest changes. Security professionals need a deep understanding of the TCP/IP model, and this knowledge is crucial for several reasons. By understanding this model, they can better protect their networks from attacks. First, understanding the TCP/IP model helps security professionals identify vulnerabilities. Each layer of the model has its own security weaknesses. By understanding these weaknesses, professionals can put measures in place to mitigate them. They can use this knowledge to analyze network traffic. Second, the TCP/IP model is essential for incident response. When a security breach occurs, security professionals need to understand how the attack happened. They need to know which layer of the TCP/IP model was compromised. With this knowledge, they can take steps to contain the damage and prevent future attacks. Finally, the TCP/IP model is important for designing secure networks. Security should be built into every layer of the network from the ground up. By understanding the TCP/IP model, security professionals can design networks that are inherently more resistant to attack. The TCP/IP model is divided into 4 layers, and each layer represents a different stage of the data transmission process. The 4 layers are network access, internet, transport, and application. First, the network access layer. This is the lowest layer of the TCP/IP model. It's responsible for the physical transmission of data over a network medium. This layer deals with hardware such as network interface cards, hubs, and cables. The key protocols in this layer are Ethernet and Wi-Fi. Next, the Internet layer. This layer is responsible for routing data packets across networks. It ensures that data reaches its intended destination. The most important protocol in this layer is the Internet Protocol, or IP. IP addresses allow devices to be identified on a network. Then, the transport layer. This layer provides a reliable connection between 2 devices. It ensures that data is delivered in the correct order and without errors. This layer controls the flow of data between applications. The 2 main protocols in this layer are Transmission Control Protocol, or TCP, and User Datagram Protocol, or UDP. Finally, the application layer. This is the highest layer of the TCP/IP model. It's the layer that users interact with directly. This layer includes protocols for web browsing, email, file transfer, and more. Some common protocols in this layer are HTTP, FTP, SMTP, and DNS. The TCP/IP model is often compared to the Open Systems Interconnection, or OSI model. The OSI model is a more theoretical framework for network communication. While both models describe network communication, there are some key differences. The OSI model has 7 layers, while the TCP/IP model has 4. The OSI model is more granular, while the TCP/IP model is more practical. The OSI model is a valuable tool for understanding network concepts. However, the TCP/IP model is more relevant to the real world. Despite their differences, both models are important for understanding network communication. Security professionals should be familiar with both. The TCP/IP model is essential for anyone working with networks today.